I'm joined by Alan Lewis and Dan McKone, authors of Edge Strategy, a new mindset for profitable growth. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us, first of all, what is an Edge Strategy?
Well, an edge strategy is a way of finding growth for a company that leverages assets that they've already invested in and relationships that they've already gained with customers and companies. Those types of growth opportunities are often hidden to a company, but can often be highly profitable and low risk to take advantage of.
So why do you need an Edge Strategy?
Yeah, you need an edge strategy because it provides you a lower risk way to achieve profitable growth. So many times we've seen companies stretching, pulling, bending their business models and taking outsized risks seeking growth, whether that be mergers and acquisitions or whether that be seeking out new areas of uncontested space in far-flung adjacent areas. The edge strategy allows you to actually access what you've already got in place. It allows you to leverage the foundational assets you already have. So we believe it's most responsible for you to interrogate that first, because if you can unlock profit opportunities in that venue, you can often do so in a far more efficient way than many of these other tactics that we see deployed.
So how exactly do you define the edge? Where are the boundaries of your core business and what is outside of your core business? I guess you would need to know that firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that the framework and the mindset is kind of based around is the sort of the fallacy that all customers are the same. The reality is that for pretty much every company out there serving their market, all their customers are not the same. They all have different needs. And as much as we try and package up what we're selling to them and sending it out in the same way because it's operationally efficient, the reality is that even with that satisfied customer, there are elements of what we're doing or what we're not doing that those customers could value and do value. And really it's the insight to recognize those elements that defines the edge of a business is where you take advantage of these opportunities to find incremental profit and revenue.
So is there an edge strategy for all companies within all industries?
We absolutely believe there is. The way that we initially started characterizing an edge, we were doing it based on observation of companies we were familiar with, naturally. But what we found is we found a pattern in the fabric of corporate strategy where it was happening again and again over time in many different sectors. It led us to do a formal interrogation where we looked at 62 different industry sectors, effectively all of them. We looked at the 600 largest publicly traded companies around the globe, and we found that edges were present in all 62 industries. And what's more, companies that pursued edges were growing faster, were more profitable, and had outsized shareholder returns. So while we don't know if there's direct causality, we certainly know those two things are correlated, and this is clearly a habit of what winners do.
So what would be a great starting point if one was to try and find an edge strategy?
Well, one of the things that we when we work with companies is to start defining, well, what are your core offerings? And who are the customers that you are servicing with that offering? And challenging that question that we just talked about. Why are they different? What is different about our customers in how they engage that product? We then ask, well, what purpose and mission are they buying our product for? If we think about what journey they are on, is there a step we can take with them that would be valuable to them and that they would pay us to support? And then the third thing we often ask is then, well, what assets are you leveraging to service those customers? You've built a whole ecosystem of capabilities and hard assets and intangible assets to support your core business. What value do they have beyond what you're currently using them for? And that can unlock some very exciting edge opportunities.
Inspiring thoughts. Thank you so much. To learn more, read Edge Strategy by Dan and Alan, recently published by HBR Press. Thank you.